Alright, what's going on, guys? Trev back again, here to bring you another video. This one's going to be talking about The Walking Dead Season 3 and the names of the first 7 episodes of the season. So, before, we kind of already knew that the first 3 were going to be called number 1, Seed, number 2, Sick, and number 3, Walk With Me, but now we've got some, a couple more. Episode 4 is going to be called Killer Within. Episode 5 is going to be called Say the Word. 6 will be Hounded. And 7 will be When the Dead Come Knocking. So that's pretty cool. I like to hear all of those. This video, by the way, is a video request. Some people just wanted to hear my thoughts on it, what I think about them. We also have descriptions or short little summaries of the first 2 episodes that don't really spoil anything or give anything away, but they do sound interesting. The first one for Seed, episode 301, with the world growing increasingly more dangerous and Laurie's pregnancy advancing, Rick discovers a potentially safe haven, but first he must secure the premises, pushing his group to the limits. So, of course, as we've seen from the trailers, it's probably going to be, a huge, awesome opening premiere for the season. Lots of, exciting zombie killing, most likely, and then the group attacking the prison. So I'm really looking forward to that. That should be great. And then the second episode is called Sick, and basically it says, after a traumatic event, a life hangs in the balance. Complicating matters, the group must also deal with a potential threat to their new surroundings. So that really interests me quite a bit, the description for Sick, because it kind of sounds like after a traumatic event, a life hangs in the balance. Okay, so people have predicted this to go a couple ways. Some people think that it's going to be Andrea and that she's going to be sick and really like, out or in a coma or something like that. Possibly Michonne's going to be in the aspirin for her at that part. When we see Michonne sort of in that little store, and she kills the 3 zombies from the first clip. Actually, that was the first clip from Season 3 that we ever saw way back at Comic-Con in July or late June, I think it was. So that's a real possibility. I think that could be what it's referring to. It could also be by Sick. It could also be referring to someone getting bitten in the premiere. Another thing I notice is from a lot of the pictures inside the prison, we don't see a lot of Herschel from the photos that they've been releasing so far. I haven't seen too many with Herschel in. A lot of people think that probably he'll be the first to die, and I might do a video just talking about that and who, maybe make some predictions on who I think will be the first to die. It could be Herschel because I don't see him around. I think that Herschel, Beth, Carol, not T-Dog because we know he'll be around for a little while at least, maybe later on in the season, but I think one of those 3 we're pretty sure will die within the first few episodes. Obviously, Andrea is going to survive, whether she gets sick or not, and whether or not episode 2 is really referring to her. Also, what's interesting about this one is it says the group must also deal with a potential threat to their new surroundings. So what that's referring to, whether it's human or walker type threat, I'm figuring what probably will happen is in 301, the first episode, they'll get into the prison, so they'll clear it out, find that it's there, clear it out, and go into it. And that will be most of the first episode. And then the second episode will be probably, once they get inside, them actually going around and clearing it out inside, because there's bound to be walkers inside too, which should make for a really exciting episode in 302, Sick, where, like they're going around inside the prison, there's walkers everywhere. That should be pretty exciting if that happens at that point. They may spend a lot of time on, the person who's sick themselves, if it is Andrea. Hopefully it's not. Hopefully it's like Herschel getting bitten or something like that. But I guess, we'll see how it goes. Either way, going to be really, really exciting. And then, let me see. Walk With Me for episode 3, the name of it. I mean, you can't really derive anything from that. You can't really tell, any details from that. Episode 4, Killer Within. We may see, maybe Rick or somebody have to kill another character. It could be like the comics where there's a couple other people inside the prison, like inmates in the cafeteria, that type of thing. There's been rumors about Axel, who's in the comic book series, being inside there, and, a couple of the others. I haven't heard anything about Thomas, though, who, if you guys have read the comic book series, you know exactly who he is. If you guys who haven't, I don't want to spoil anything for you, but Thomas is this guy who says he's in there for tax evasion, and he's pretty twisted, so with the stuff that he does pretty quickly. So hopefully they'll include him. But then again, though, if they put him in there, it'll be kind of like, I don't know if it'll be that good, because we'll already know, since we read the comic book, what he's going to do. So it won't be surprising for us. But if they do that, I'll try to keep it down. I won't say too much about it because I don't want to spoil it for anybody who hasn't read the comic book and is just watching the television series. So Killer Within could be something to do with that, maybe, with them and the other group. Episode 5, Say the Word. Again, you know, can't really drive anything from that either. Episode 6, Hounded. Don't know. And episode 7, When the Dead Come Knocking. I assume that'd probably be maybe a lot of zombies or a herd or something like that attacking the prison, or something to do with that. I'm really interested to see when the group is going to meet with the governor and the guys from Woodbury. When Merle's going to meet with his brother again, all that stuff. When about that will happen? Damn well, really excited for that. It seems to me like we're going to get to see those characters in the early season, and then they'll probably meet up maybe halfway through or something around episode 5, 6, 7, 8, something like that. I guess we'll see how it goes. Either way, really, really exciting. Can't wait to see it. Hope you guys like my breakdown and short predictions. That'll be it for this one, and I'll do another one talking about who I think will die first. Probably be up tomorrow in a couple days. Anyway, that's it for this video, guys. If you haven't subscribed, please do so. It's Trev saying later. Peace.